Nothing is forever, that this is just a moment in your life and you're meant to experience it and let it in, but know that it's never ever permanent. The real power comes from within. The real power is you. Reminding yourself that things aren't always going to look the way that you want them to look. Do whatever it is that you want to do. Be whoever it is that you want to be. That you actually really don't need permission. You are the superhero. You have gifts hidden within you like hidden gems.
Taryn, I don't have time for this. This shit is pissing me off.
What's pissing you off? Me? Ew, that's what I wanted to show. The SCOBY.
And let's stick though on this side.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Move, please.
Wow, you're not being nice at all to me. So you were pissed at me is what you said?
Be quiet.
I will just fidget and vogue here for like 5 hours straight, so I need to start talking. Realizing the ways that you've given your power away. Realizing first and foremost, like to even begin with, that you were born with all of the power that you would ever need. That concept in and of itself, I feel like can be so difficult to really ascertain, because we're taught that you come into the world and like you have to earn your way, or that you have to be made worthy of the things that you want or the things that you feel called to, that you have to pay for it in blood and sacrifice. Find out that the truth is that all along that you had all of the power that you needed to do whatever it is that you want to do, be whoever it is that you want to be, that you actually really don't need permission. When it comes to life, you cannot leave it up to other people, the world around you, to decide what's gonna happen in it. You just can't. You deserve to have the life that you want, and the life that, I mean, in truth, I believe that was designed for you. I believe that everybody incarnated in this life for a reason, for a purpose, and with a certain set of skills and gifts. I feel like the reason that superhero movies resonate with so many people and they're always so popular is because it's this idea that someone who can blend in or be normal, or that they're unassuming, just normal regular people, you find out they actually have these superpowers, and they go through this time where they have to learn about their powers and learn what they can do, learn how to really harness them and manifest them and use them for not only their own good, but for the larger good around them. And to me, that's just a metaphor for every single person in their life. You are the superhero. You are the one who doesn't know that you have gifts hidden within you, like hidden gems. You have to go about the business of discovering what those gifts are, but also, more importantly, how to use them, how to tap into them. Even though you're born with them, you're not born knowing how to use it, how to harness that power that you have. There's a billion different ways that you can have false power. That somebody can say, oh, I have this, therefore I'm powerful. You know, I have this thing, so therefore I have a piece of this kind of power. In reality, all of those are just things that are outside of you. They can never indicate power because it's just stuff, it's just things, it's just noise. The real power comes from within. The real power is you. You just have to learn how to cultivate those gifts. We're never really taught how to cultivate our true gifts that we have. The beginnings of anything are difficult. When I first discovered about the fact that I was a people pleaser, that just because it looked different and it manifested in a different way than what I thought it could, when I was around others, it became more important what their experience was than mine. I put myself to the back burner in order to cater to those around me. The road to self-discovery and self-empowerment is tricky. It's a winding road, and I always say this, but only you can go on it. I wish I could tell you, I wish so badly I could give you a roadmap right now to how you get there. That's would take all the fun away from it. Like that would take all the fun away from you. You don't have to be intimidated by it, because when you see that it was always you, that held the power, and once you can come to terms with that, it's freeing. It's really, really freeing, because then you see that you have so many possibilities to do whatever you want. You have all the power, all the tools, everything that you need for this journey. You have it right now. No matter where you are, no matter what you have, no matter what, I promise that you have all of the tools that you need to get started on a road of true self-empowerment, and then living a life that's enacting that empowerment. Living a life of your choosing, doing the things that you want, living how you want, living by the standards that you feel truth in, not just because it's the norm or it's because what society says is the right thing to do or the correct thing to do, or even just the best thing for you. Don't limit yourself. Don't narrow down what it is that you feel is possible, what it is that you think that you can do. I'm like afraid to talk too loud. This is the first time I've ever filmed myself in public openly, like when I know people are watching me. These Spanish people stare at me usually anyway, so this should be interesting. But you know what? You can't give a fuck, right? Who cares? Whenever I'm having a day of really stagnant energy, I have to get into nature. I'm walking in the trees and just like looking at nature, and it really is, it's so grounding. It helps me so much. Like, look at all this beauty, you know? One of the things that I've been feeling a lot lately is, and like at first I thought it might have been a homesickness, because I'm just about to reach my 1-year anniversary of living here in southern Spain. I moved from Southern California, San Diego, California. I love San Diego. It's really weird because like I haven't had like a really proper like homesickness feeling. Feather time, feather time, feather time. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to disinfect it. There's wild peacocks actually that live in this park, and they're just sort of like walking around, and so this is one of their feathers. Oh my god, I feel so blessed. Like, I'm gonna take that as a total sign. Oh my god, I'm in love. Okay. So like at first I thought I was like feeling almost a sense of like homesickness, but that really doesn't fit because, you know, I'm somebody who's moved around almost always, and so I never think of a physical place as being my home. It's always just wherever my family is, and my family is my husband and my 2 dogs, and we're here, so this is my home. I think now, reflecting on it, the feeling that I've been feeling is a longing for like an older energy. an older vibration that I was in, which is very weird because I'm in a higher vibration now. I took this class on emotional healing, and one of the most interesting things that I learned in it, and that has just continued to stick with me, is that we as humans, when we experience a sensation for long enough, so in my case, I feel like the general emotion that I always had going was anxiety, an underlying feeling of anxiety. And when we as humans have that for long enough, that feels like normal. That feels like home. That feels like, even though it's a bad sensation, it never felt good to be in an anxiety state or have anxiety attacks. Oh, this fountain just came on. Where is it? Am I looking at it? Like, how many signs do I need, right? Oh my God, my feather. My feather. Oh my God. I literally just panicked. I thought I lost my feather. As I've come more and more out of being able to control and channel, I would prefer the word channel, my anxieties and really calibrate my whole system, I do notice like a longing for that old vibration, which is so odd. And I think that this is why we as humans have such a difficult time ascending or raising our own vibration. This mechanism that's built in us to say that if you experience a certain state long enough, that's going to be your new normal. I definitely know that everyone on the planet is going through an ascension right now. It's all different and it's all manifesting differently, but everybody is going through an ascension. Trust it. You might get that feeling of like homesickness, like where do I belong? What is this new way of life? It's just a general feeling of like being unsettled. And every time I'm feeling it, I'm just remembering my breath work. I'm remembering to live just one moment at a time and to really enjoy and savor every moment. As I mentioned, I've been here living in southern Spain for about a year, and it's had so many positives, so many cool things I've experienced, so much awesome stuff, but I mean also it's not without its like adversities and challenges. And you know, part of me does miss living in America. Part of me misses definitely living closer to friends and family, having a support system that you actually experience like physically, like in the real world. Like I haven't seen any of my family, like I said, for almost a year now. You know, there's part of me that always is like, okay, like how much longer do we have? Like, just because FYI, the reason I'm here is I'm stationed here with the Navy. My husband's in the Navy, so that's why we're here. Part of me just wants to be like, let's get through this. Let's get through this station, even though it's difficult, even though it's challenging at times, even though it does feel unfamiliar. I'm gonna look back at this, I know, and be like, oh my God, that was such an amazing time, and miss it. So it's about being in the present moment. It's about being really patient with yourself. Like I said, I'm struggling with ascension energies. I'm a really highly sensitive person. I'm an empath, and I feel just like moment to moment things can be so fine and stable, and then the next it's like it's a really heavy energy. Been doing tons of yoga, tons of meditating, but like this is number one for me. Getting out in nature is number one for me, and it's something that we all have access to. You know, when I'm in a park right now, like this isn't like I'm in the mountains hiking. This is something totally accessible. Just getting to the park, just having that breathing, having that moment to center, reminding yourself that things aren't always gonna look the way that you want them to look. Nothing is forever. That this is just a moment in your life and you're meant to experience it and let it in, but know that it's never ever permanent. Yeah, I'm just gonna I think I'm gonna sit here for a little while longer and just breathe. It's such a beautiful time of day. Everybody is around 2 o'clock here. Everybody gets out of school and everybody leaves work to have siesta, go home. People eat lunch with their families. They take naps. They just chill for pretty much the rest of the day. Sometimes they go back to work, but sometimes they definitely do not. Like, they have a good lifestyle over here. And so this is just such a peaceful time of day. Everybody's like walking home from school and the day is like already kind of winding down at 2 o'clock. And so I'm just taking it in and just gonna breathe and relax here, but sending you so much love and light. Sending you so much calm energy. But yeah, I'm wishing you love and light. There's people coming, so now I'm getting all self-conscious. I'm wishing you love and light.